What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Last time, it turns out that the yellow substance on the president's clothes were lion lilies given to him from a bouquet of flowers that Courtney gave him, but was removed by John Marsh. If it is true. We don't know yet if he's telling the truth or not. I often decorate our house with those flowers. The bouquet must have reminded him of me.
Not so fast!
So the pup just happens to find the flowers from his mother's bouquet on top of the body. That's why he threw them away and kept silent about the body. That's a tidy little story if I've ever heard one. And what's wrong with that? I suppose you prefer untidy, messy stories, Agent Lang. Don't tell me you've forgotten already, Missy. This pup confessed that he caused the monster's head to fall last night. That's true, but he's currently the only suspect in the president's murder.
Objection!
It is true that there are many reasons to suspect John. There is someone other than John who is far more suspicious. What you say? John himself was kidnapped by that very person not too long ago. And we rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse near the harbor, pal. That's right. The refrigeration wasn't turned on, so he wasn't about to freeze to death. But if he hadn't yelled out for help, we would have never found him. Once the sleeping drugs wore off, he was finally able to call out for help. If I recall correctly, when you were kidnapped, there was a bottle lying on the floor of the refrigerated warehouse. I think it was the same thing that was used on me not long ago. That sleepy ZZZ stuff. It's super powerful. How about it, Agent Lang? John's clearly a victim. There's a mastermind at work behind the scenes of this case.
Not so fast!
I don't know anything about this so-called mastermind. You say they were here last night? I still don't know for sure. It's not like you to be so vague, Mr. Prosecutor. I still don't have any evidence that ties the mastermind to this murder. Is there someone else? Is there anyone besides John who had the opportunity to murder the president? Blaze, come on, the suit! For God's sake! Duh! As I thought, in the end, that pup is our only suspect.
Objection!
Isn't there one more suspect, Agent Lang? What's this? Didn't we prove it earlier? Last night there was one more person here. Blaze, you're saying he's the one who did it. Last night, John was not alone. Blaze was here too. Shouldn't we consider him to be a new suspect? It's entirely possible. Blaze, it can't be. The same guy from 12 years ago. That keeps popping up. Well, a lot has changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my father were close friends and our clan protected the president's life. Don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison where you belong. 12 years is a long time coming from a suspended sentence, don't you agree? What happened 12 years ago? Nothing that concerns you. On the contrary, it might just have some sort of connection with this case.
Not so fast!
And I suppose you have some proof, Mr. Prosecutor. Show me evidence that there's a connection between this case and the one 12 years ago. If you don't have any evidence, then there's no point in talking about it. There's this IS-7 thing. Is that at all related? Oh, the thing he laid to rest in front of the flower bed 12 years ago.
Take that!
Yep! Ha! That was close because I almost presented the other one about 18 years ago. This is a report written by Patricia to Blaze of DeBest regarding Knightley. Please read this part here. That thing he laid to rest near the flower bed 12 years ago. That's not all. Take a look at this as well. This letter was sent to Jill Crane, who was murdered 2 days ago. Although the sender is currently unknown. Here it is written as follows. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. What? 12 years ago? Agent Lang, something big is happening here. Jill Crane's murder 2 days ago, and now the president's murder today. There has to be some connection there. And the key to solving it lies in what happened 12 years ago, does it not? You're asking me to reopen the old wounds of the Lang clan. I beg of you. Shifu! You guys, what are you all doing here? We followed you here, Shifu! We heard that Shifu was investigating the incident from 12 years ago. You idiots! I'm not your boss anymore. Get back to your own posts. We can't do that. What you say? Are you disobeying my order? We also beg of you. Reinvestigate the ABC XYZ WWW SS5 incident from 12 years ago. None of us can ever forget that case. We know you feel the same way, Shifu. Agent Lang, even your former subordinates desire to reinvestigate the case. And you think you can solve the mystery of the ABCD blah 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 case? Perhaps I can, with your help. Much like how I solved the ZZD case from 7 years ago. But also, the TUV case from 15 years ago. I accept your invitation. Shifu! Shifu! Now then, with that decided, I guess it's my turn to shine. We're investigating a case from the past, right? And guess what the best tool for that is? The Little Thief. Why are they saying Little Mr. Thief? It's Little Thief. Right. If we have the case files from the past case, I can recreate it. Unfortunately, I don't have the case files. What do you mean? Access to those case files is restricted. It's being treated as highly classified information. Yeah, what do you think this is, the BBC case from 1 year ago? Come on. Why is that? I don't know, but it seems like there were a lot of things that they wanted to keep hidden. Even what I know is limited to what was published in the newspaper back then. That will not be a problem. In any case, please tell us what you know. Sure. The SS5 incident. The incident occurred on a winter day 12 years ago. It was the 10th of February. The police department in this country received a call from a group of kidnappers. We kidnapped President Huang, they said. The SS5 incident was the case of the President Huang's kidnapping. They demanded a ransom of $100 gajillion. 100 gajillion! Just how much is that? It's such a large amount she's having trouble visualizing it. That night, my old man was the last person to meet with the president. They were together at the Zhengfa embassy until midnight on February 10th. After that, no one knows what the president was doing up until he was kidnapped. With the president's life at stake, the Zhengfa government frantically gathered the money. After that, the ransom was delivered and the president was returned safe and sound. So, President Huang has been the president since 12 years ago. That's really amazing. Well, being in office for so long is just a small part of how amazing the man is. Lang seemed a bit happy when he said that. And what happened to the kidnappers? Well, a top-secret covert investigation was carried out, then a secret trial was held. Does that mean the suspect was caught? The suspect was Patricia Rowland. Then the reason you came to the prison a few days ago. Yeah, I was put on extended leave from the Interpol. So I decided to go back and reinvestigate what happened 12 years ago. First, I had to get a look at the face of my target. So the trial 12 years ago ended with a not guilty verdict. Yeah. Back then, my old man was in charge of every aspect of the president's security. He took responsibility for the kidnapping and was relieved of his post as bodyguard. But he continued to investigate as a regular police officer until he finally found the culprit. And it was none other than Patricia Rowland. There was no way she could be innocent. But the result was a not guilty verdict. In the end, the case went unsolved. Crushed in both body and soul, my old man resigned from the police. What was the basis for arresting Patricia Rowland? There was a lot of evidence. At least, that's what I think. But I can't see those documents for myself. So that's where my story ends. What should we do? Even the little thief would have a hard time producing a recreation. Is there really nothing we can do? Looks like you could use some help. Who dat? Ha hoo ha hoo. And Mr. Shields. We finished up with the trial and finally managed to catch up with you guys. Here, take this. This is... It's the case files for the SS5 incident, sir. When Rowland mentioned 12 years ago during the trial, it caught my interest. I looked into it immediately and got in touch with Interpol. I expected no less from you, Francisca. Don't get the wrong idea, Miles. I didn't prepare these documents for... I didn't do this or that for you. I did it for this. Come on. Come on, Francisca. Shut up. Your love is so loud. Your love for Edgeworth. Just stop. I did it for the same... But I thought information on the SS5 incident was restricted to the public. That restriction was placed by the prosecutor in charge of the case, Blaze. Blaze was the prosecutor in charge? But as a result of the trial just now, Blaze's authority has been revoked. It's all thanks to his son. Sebastian? By bringing down his father, the door to this past case has been opened. DeBest is currently wrapping things up in Patricia Rowland's trial. He told me to relay this message to you. Leave Pops and his cohorts to me. You guys just take care of the case on your end. He's become quite reliable, right before our very eyes. Truly. Alrighty then. This is perfect. Now that we have the files, we just leave the recreation to me. Let's begin. According to these documents, it appears that the incident took place right in front of the Tower Plaza. Then let's head to the plaza right away! Okay, would you please activate Little Thief? Right, with these case files, recreating everything should be a snap. Where should I start? According to these documents, it seems there was a witness to the kidnapping of the president. A freelance journalist by the name of Jack Cameron. He happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and was murdered by the culprit. So that would mean the place he saw the president at was here. At the Grand Tower? No, the Grand Tower was only built around a year ago, Kay. Before that, this place contained mostly old abandoned buildings. 12 years ago, this place was... Now you're finally talking about some stuff that I know. The Happy Family Home. It was a place where children who had lost their parents could live. Or to put it simply, it was an orphanage. So the president was kidnapped at the orphanage. And the head of that facility at the time was Patricia Rowland. Apparently, Rowland always referred to it as her home. It seems that suspicion would naturally fall upon her. The darkness that remains from the SS5 incident still casts a shadow on the present case. Kay, I'd like you to input the investigation data from Jack Cameron's murder case. We can probably assume that he was killed by one of the kidnappers. So if we solve the murder case, we'll know who the kidnappers were, right? Precisely. I'm counting on you. Oh, that's really bloody. What the heck is this? Everything's green! We're in the Matrix, yo. I've come to inspect such reactions. This is a recreation of the grounds of the facility that stood here 12 years ago. Based on the documents from the police investigation. It appears a fair amount of snow had piled up here. Yeah, I heard that the footprints in the snow were prime pieces of evidence. The snow fell during the day, on the day of the incident. So only before the crime took place. Which means the footprints wouldn't have been erased by any further snow. I must make sure to pay close attention to these footprints. The footprints here seem to lead to and from the body. These footprints were believed to be the culprits. The shoe size is about a size 7. That's fairly average. It seems we won't be able to tell who the culprit is from these footprints. These footprints stop near the body. They must be Mr. Cameron's footprints. He sure has some big feet. They look like a size 11. According to the data, his shoes match these footprints. So this is the eyewitness of the president's kidnapping, Jack Cameron. What exactly did he witness? I've recreated the state of this body based on the photos taken by the police. He was struck in the head from behind. The murder weapon was a brick. It looks like the one from the garden. The blood that flowed from his head was splattered all over the surroundings. Take this. It's Mr. Cameron's autopsy report. For one thing, you can see this tiger lily here. A yellow flower has fallen. In the language of flowers, it means a stolen treasure. Please stop making things up. Still, this flower seems to be seems to be of a different variety from the ones growing nearby. Well then, why is it in a place like this? This bothers me a little. We should examine the flower bed itself after this. I knew it. Someone must have stolen this from somewhere and brought it here. And in the language of flowers, this means an angry prosecutor. I assume this is the victim's cell phone. That's right. Apparently, Mr. Cameron gave his eyewitness testimony over his cell phone. The cell phone. What do you mean by over the cell phone? After Cameron found the president, it seems that he called his girlfriend. But she didn't answer the phone, so Cameron left a message on her answering machine. The tape is in the case files too. You want to hear it? Please.
Hello, Jill. Are you asleep already? I'm in front of the facility now, but something's not right. President Huang is here of all places, and what's more, the light just went off. I can barely see a thing now. I can't believe it, but it almost looks like he's being kidnapped. I thought I'd let you know.
I thought I'd let you know? Oh, by the way, there's a guy getting kidnapped. Just thought you might like to know. Maybe. It's up to you. Just an FYI. What was that sound at the end? That was his skull getting bashed in, yo. It seems he was attacked while he was still on the phone. Agent Lang, may I ask, what was the name of Mr. Cameron's beloved? I'm pretty sure I heard her name was Jill Crane. So it was true. Did you say Jill? This was why she was seeking revenge for 12 long years. The feelings and the items Miss Crane inherited from her beloved brought her to the auction. She had come to exact revenge on the conductor, Blaze. But Miss Crane tried to get revenge on Blaze, right? She may have wanted to get revenge on him for covering up the kidnapping case. Or perhaps she thought Blaze himself was the kidnapper. And with that big reveal, I'm gonna end this video here. So stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!